for a free consultation.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Why do people keep you on the back burner? Or why aren't you a priority in your relationship? Many times when you're dating, you'll find out that some people are looking for a placeholder, not a priority. When you're looking for a placeholder, you're just looking for a warm body instead of somebody that you can really relate to and create a relationship with, somebody who's responsible and ready to commit the same way you are. If you allow yourself to be a placeholder for someone in the hopes that eventually you'll turn into a priority, you are making a grave mistake. And the reason is because people who are looking for a placeholder have already decided that you are never going to be a priority. You are always going to serve as a booty call rather than someone they can love and cherish.
What in the world, sister? What? Yes. Let me tell you something. You can go from priority to priority if you hurt your partner. If you hurt them and they have a difficult time forgiving you, and I'm talking about real forgiveness, right? Like the real, like, he who forgives little loves little. If you notice, forgiveness is inextricably tied to unconditional love. And this is why Jesus said that in the Bible when he was at the Pharisees' home and he had his entourage with him, and Mary Magdalene, who was also a well-known lady of the night at that time, was with him. And Jesus read the Pharisees' mind. He was like, how could this be the Son of God? And he's sitting with all of these vagrants, and all of these weirdos are with him, and the ladies of the night. And what she did was, because she knew who he was, and she came to him, and she cried, and her tears, and she used her hair and her tears and oil to wash his feet. And Jesus forgave her, absolved her of all of her sins right in that moment. And the Pharisees is over there judging. You under dig? And Jesus called him out. This man said this in his head. And Jesus said, see, you don't even think I'm him. You know, that's the new saying now, I'm him. Jesus said, I'm him. Yeah, you don't even know I'm him. And then he told him, he that forgives little loves little. And what happens in intimate relationships, when you cause an infraction, or you are guilty of an infraction in a relationship, you shattered the image of who your partner thought you were. Because it's easy for people to say, yeah, I'm a work in progress and you're a work in progress, long as you keep that work in progress business over there. Right? But once your humanity visits the relationship and your partner gets hurt by it, everything they thought you were is now in question. And you can easily go from priority to priority. You can easily be demoted. 1-800-920-1580. So I every now and again, I get on my soapbox and I speak a little bit. I preach a little taste. You understand? Every now and then. But it's natural for us to become priorities and priorities within our relationships. But if it's rooted in the real love, not the it feels good, so it's love. Not the as long as you're doing for me, then it's love. No. Real love is like, and I'll talk to you about it a little later on in the show, real love. But let me get Reggie back in here because Reggie was on complete fire. Reggie from Austin, Texas, talk to me.
Man, the work that's required in relationships isn't always pretty. It's messy sometimes, and but I think if we have honest work, that's what's honored. And so if you put forth honest work to rebuild your relationship or strengthen it, then that's what counts. And I think that's probably worth more than, this fairy tale type of love. I mean, that's what keeps you together. That's what keeps y'all drawn together. And I think that's probably what we need to focus on.
Brother Reggie.
All right, man.
You know I love you to death, man. You know what you just
love you
did?
too, bro. I brought Austin in the building, man.
Austin, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I can't do a show and not mention Krishnamurti. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. We going to Los Angeles in 1 second. But this is what Krishnamurti said about love, and this is why I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all got something that ain't love. Do you know how, the food industry, because of all the processed foods and all that stuff, right? There's a term called food stuff. What is food stuff? Sometimes there's food stuff in the food, in the processed food stuff, right? All types of chemicals and whatnot. That's the type of love we have because of the type of society we live in. Of course, the great Krishnamurti said it before. What did he say? It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society. You got countries all over the world that say we're not eating American processed food. And I'm telling you right now, America processes its love too. This is the love Krishnamurti was talking about. He said love is something totally new every day, but pleasure is not. Pleasure has continuity. Love is always new, and therefore it is its own eternity. People ain't even thinking to that level when they're thinking about love. Consider this. You're in a society right now that says love is not enough. Love don't pay the bills. Without finance, there's no romance. This is the culture that raised your heart. This is the culture that raised your emotions. Love is new every day. This is why we have conditional forgiveness. You keep your gripes because you're never really over them. You keep the slights because you're never really over them. This is why Dr. David R. Hawkins, in his Power versus Force book, coined a term, slight collector. Okay, I still love you. There's still a tug on my heart. Something keeps me here, but I ain't going to forget what you did. And then what you do moving forward, if any of it is reminiscent of what you did, there's a slight collection going on. Slights are like alms in relationship. Yeesh. Yeesh. Love is something totally new every day, but pleasure is not. Pleasure has continuity. Love is always new, and therefore it is its own eternity. Jiddu Krishnamurti on love and loneliness. So as long as the mind is comparing, there is no love. And the mind is always judging, comparing, weighing, looking to find out where the weakness is. So there is comparison. Then there is no love. Jiddu Krishnamurti. I know you're not ready for that level of love. You live in a society that abhors love, that abhors spiritual evolution, that abhors self-realization, self-actualization. We're all in relationship trying to get comfortable. And when it ain't comfortable no more, we unsign what we signed up for. 1-800-920-1580. All right, let's get these callers in here. Jay, Los Angeles, get in here.
Brother Zoe, what's going on, man? First and foremost, I want to say absolute honor to speak to you.
Thank you, brother.
I've been following your work from Hidden Colors, Voice of Reason, Foxhole. I've been rocking with you for a long time, brother.
Wow. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, it's not a problem, brother. I'm trying not to be long-winded because I genuinely want to get your feedback.
Mm-hmm.
But my story was I was in a 25-year relationship, married for 14. And basically, everything was good. The honeymoon phase was beautiful. I'm like, you know what? I can get out these streets. I found a soldier, somebody to share my life with. So the situation basically goes about 5 years into the marriage, my wife's mother's passed away. So as that's going on, it was infidelity on her side. And I did something, man, coming from these LA streets and coming from the background that I came from, that I said I would never do in my life. I forgave her. I put my ego to the side. I put pride to the side. And I said, you know what? We've been together for years. We have children. We have a household, interconnected finances. Let me just be forgiving. Let me take the hit. Time goes by. She does it again. Okay, now I got to check out. You know what I'm saying? I waved the white flag, 25 years, I got to check out. About a year, I would say about maybe a year and a half into our separation, I meet another young woman. We're getting together we're getting along fine. Everything seems wonderful. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I wasn't looking. I don't feel like I'm ready to do it. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm hardwired to be an affectionate type of person. I'm hardwired. And I found that out about myself through the years. I love being a companion. As corny as that might sound, I like being a companion. The interaction, the connection, I like it. So I say, okay, I'm going to give it a try. To hell with it. I'll put myself out there. So we're getting, we're getting along. Everything's good. But in the back of my mind, though, I'm still holding on to that damage. There's still scar tissue there. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me, maybe it's just me, because little things that she's doing is almost bringing up like a PSD type effect. Or PTSD, excuse me.
I understood what you meant now, Jay. Come on, I'm with you.
Yeah. Hey, I was getting a little, in my feelings, brother. It's causing me to be a little incoherent, but I appreciate you rocking with me, brother. But I'm noticing little things like, hey, sweetheart, I'm going to call you back in maybe 10 minutes. No problem, sweetheart. Maybe she calls back in an hour. And I'm like, okay, well, damn,
Or not at all. Or not at all. Go ahead, but I'm listening.
There you go, brother. You come on, brother. You just touched on it. I might get ghosts, like something like the smallest, most minuscule things are bringing up a reaction to where I'm like, this is not my character. But I'm like, yo, what's going on, baby? Like, what happened last night? I didn't hear from you. I'm so out of my character to where it's like I'm standing on the outside, looking at myself behaving that way. And it's beginning to wear on her. And she's telling me constantly, hey, I'm not her. I'm not that person. I'm very honest, this, that, and the third. But mind you, though, I rocked next to a person for 25 years and shared my bed with them. And they were like unfaithful twice, brother, not just once, twice. Right. And it caused me to kind of denigrate myself, like, maybe it was something wrong with me, brother. Did I not do this right? Did I not do that right? You know, am I undesirable? But I don't think that's the case, because when I'm out in traffic, I'm getting attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rhythm. So I'm like, okay, is it something that I didn't say? Did I say too much? Like, it's like I'm blaming myself. But to make a long story longer, brother, the new relationship begins to kind of take hits, because I can feel her saying like, yo, you know what, this is a lot. Like, you need to kind of trust me, put your trust in me. So, okay, you know what? I'll let go. You know what? I trust you. Let's rock forward. Now, here's the kicker, brother. I unknowingly, or maybe I just was looking for an exit strategy because I was waiting for the other shoe to fall. I'm getting a couple little DMs here and there. I'm like, okay, you know what? You know, hi, how you doing? I'm not being too explicit, you know, just, answering the DMs and whatnot. So I was at a function that her family was having, and I left my phone down, which is, play a no-no, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, I ain't tied to nobody yet. I mean, we're in a relationship, but it's, 9 months. She picks up the phone and goes through my phone. Now, mind you, I'm figuring, how the hell did she get in my phone? Like, I have a Galaxy. You need a fingerprint to even get into it. She sees messages that were left for me, and she's like devastated. She's like, okay, you know what? You're damaged. You're hurt. You hurt me, this, that, and the third. I don't want to deal with you. You know what? I accept it. I was hurt. I feel like, I was kind of, outside of my element. I gave it a try, but I don't feel like fully committed, brother, when I said that I would, because I'm still accepting those DMs. Now, fast forward.
This is heavy.
I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No. Keep going, brother. You got this. Go ahead.
Now, I promised myself I wouldn't be long-winded, but it is a hell of a story, brother. I want to make sure you get the full aspects so you can give your advice.
Hey, Andy gave me the green light. We good. Go ahead.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I truly do. So 6 months passed. Now we've reconnected. Within those 6 months, she's forgiven me. She said, you know what, don't hurt me again. I understand that your wife damaged you. You know what, I'm here for you. We're going to get through this, Hold
tight, Jay. Hold tight. I got to carry you forward, because you are on complete fire right now. You hold tight. When we come forward, more from Jay from Los Angeles. This is getting good.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, baby, where you deal with? We come through a lot of things, you know. So what happened to you? You make one little mistake, you want done us.
New Jasmine, let's go. If I had you back in my world, I would prove that I could be a better girl. Oh, if you let me back in, I would show nothing, never let you go again. Hey, baby, ooh, I was so foolish to ever leave your side. Searching for what was right before my eyes. It was me who didn't realize till it was gone. But now I know I need you in my life. Boy, I need you bad as my heart beat, bad like the food I eat, bad as the air I breathe. I wanted you back.
If you experience any of these 6 signs, you are just an option and not a priority. When 2 people are in a romantic relationship, certain things are naturally expected of them. They are expected to love each other, be there for each other, support one another, and be a companion to one another. But in a situation where one party fails in their duties, then there is a problem in such a relationship. One of the reasons for this could be the partner is not fulfilling their end of the deal. This means he does not see the other as a priority, but rather as an option. Sure, there will be times when health, job, family, and other things might be momentary of purpose. But if you continuously feel like you are the second option or the last, the truth is wrong. Here are 6 signs that you are just an option and not a priority.
Hello. Important announcement. Do this 6 seconds.
I don't know who that was, but I wanted the 6 steps. The Voice of Reason is back on KBLA. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, Jay from Los Angeles was really cooking us. He had something going on. Talk to us, Jay. I'm going to give you a little bit more time, but I need you to condense it a little bit. And let me see if I can help you with it.
Okay, brother. So, the look of betrayal that was on there in her eyes, and the tears that was coming down her face, she was utterly like taken aback. Like she was like, I thought you were this way, and you were something completely different. That would hurt me, brother, more than if she would have just socked me in the face, because the look that was on her face is familiar because I had the exact same look when it was done to me. But she stayed. She said, you know what? I'm going to rock out with you. You didn't physically do anything, but, we got to, clean it up, So I'm noticing, like, 10 months in now. Now, mind you, when this happened is about maybe 4 or 5 months in. We're almost a year now. So she's like, you know what, I love you, and I want to move forward, and let's start looking for places. But then I'm noticing these moments where she goes back, like out of nowhere, she'll be like, yeah, I love you, and this, that, and third. But so why your phone clicking, or why you getting a notification? I'm like, baby, that's YouTube. It's like it's the energy is kind of like real kind of tiptoeish, to a certain extent. Because if my phone clicks, why is the phone clicking? Or if a beep comes through, what's that beep? Or it's just like almost like.
So let me stop you.
I feel.
It sounds like she has become you. How you were in your marriage, right? Weren't you that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, I was, brother.
So when I say relationship is a mirror, and typically you attract somebody that has what you have in you, in them, in a different way, from born out of different circumstances, but somehow it links up. You will hear our clinicians who come into this show say, hey, your central nervous systems are dating. So you may think, oh, just because we from different places and different parents, that we don't have triggers that are soulmates. So now listen. She stayed with you. And let me just say congratulations. Let me just say congratulations on that. Here's how you get out of it. Right? Number one, you got to let go of those wounds that came from that marriage. You got to let those go. How do you do that? Radical Self-Forgiveness by Colin Tippin. He has a workbook, Radical Self-Forgiveness by Colin Tippin. Go get the book. I want you to read it. And I want you to get the book, and I want you to get the workbook, because you got a lot of releasing to do. Right? That's just the forgiveness piece. Then I'm sensing, based on the marriage, I'm sensing what is it? The preoccupied attachment style. The what is it? Anxious preoccupied attachment. These are the people who, if something happens in the relationship, either we do it or it's done to us, we're usually the ones that say, oh, I forgive you. Or if the person pulls away, we're the one that leans in and says, hey, where you going? Anxious, preoccupied attachment, right? That's usually us. So I want you to do. Yeah. And guess what? You can rewrite your attachment style. It comes from your childhood. You can rewrite the attachment style. When we come forward, I'm going to give you more information. Stay with me, Jake.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A Texas couple who appeared on an Oprah Winfrey Network reality show has been indicted by the federal government for running a pyramid scheme. LaShonda and Marlon Moore allegedly targeted the African-American community during the COVID pandemic. There were promises that participants would see 800% returns guaranteed. In reality, thousands of people were defrauded out of more than $10 million. The charges of wire fraud and money laundering mean the pair face 2 decades in prison if found guilty. The Randallstown, Maryland NAACP is questioning what it sees as a lack of urgency in tackling the issue of juvenile crime. President Ryan Coleman says his community no longer feels safe because crimes committed by juveniles continue to happen. Coleman wrote a letter to the head of the state's Department of Juvenile Services, Secretary Vincent Schiraldi, to take action on juvenile crime. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with one of the panelists, the owner of Kids Love. Take a listen.
So Kids Love, KIDSLUV, is a first-to-market zero-sugar, vitamin-enhanced functional beverage for kids.
So the zero sugar is really important because if not, the sugar gets on the teeth, it can cause cavities. So as a mom, I love this vitamins and hydration in one. Tell us what's happening here with Chase Bank today.
So I would say, I think what Chase is trying to do is create a community actually for entrepreneurs, a place where people can go. They have the space to do it. It's a beautiful space. And to be able to have these conversations. There are so many benefits to being a women-owned and certified business, from a standpoint of getting into stores, not paying the slotting fees of what it takes to be in stores. So I think Chase is trying to bring awareness to a lot of the things that people just don't know about, that not only the bank can help, but outside of the bank, their relationships can help create.
That's beautiful. And I know, this is how we build equity in communities of color, is kind of spreading that information and that knowledge. So thank you for being here today and doing your part and letting these women know that it is possible.
For KBLA 1580, I'm Maisha Cairo in the community with Chase.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice, the reason.
Yo, so I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice, the reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building, KBLA Talk 1580. I got my brother on the phone, Jay. Jay, let's do this real quick.
Brother Zoe, what's going on?
Yes, man. I want you to reach out to my sister who was just here. She was here yesterday. Dr. Pacoya. This is a peculiar name. Dr. Pacoya McCall. Right? Let me see if I can pull up.
Yes.
Yes. She was here yesterday. And McCall. Let me just say this. She has a new journal called Winning. Right? Winning is everything. Right? And I want you to go to her website. Her website is the letter N site SIGHTME.com. InSightMe.com. Dr. Pacoya McCall. She is a certified psychedelic assisted therapist. She is not a game. She was in here yesterday. She has a journal that's called Winning is Everything. And that journal is designed to keep track of your wins. See, what happens is when we get hurt, we keep track of slights, as I mentioned earlier today, right? When talking about Dr. David R. Hawking's work, Power versus Force, the hidden determinants of human behavior. He said he calls it slight collecting. She's created a whole journal for win collecting. You want to keep your relationship healthy with the new lady? Y'all got to start journaling wins. Y'all got to create.
You know what, brother?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all got to create some wins, right? And don't be afraid to call her and schedule some therapy sessions with her, because you can't do this by yourself, bro. You can't do this by yourself.
And here's the kicker, though. This is going to get you. Now, Chris Brown has a song, "The Grass Ain't Greener on the Other Side."
Well,
so now that my ex-wife has seen me,
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just saying it never is.
Yeah, now my ex-wife has seen that I've moved on. Now I'm getting the "Hey, big head" calls, and you know what? The kids will love you. Come spend the night, and why don't you come have dinner? And I'm sidestepping like our NFL running back trying to get away because I see what's formulating, and I'm putting all of my effort into this person who has stood by me, even though I betrayed them. For the most part, I did betray that person, and she did make a conscious effort to say, you know what, it hurt, and I mean she's an attractive woman, so she has options. It's not like she had to just say, you know what, I'm going to stick by you, but she made the conscious effort to say, although I am in pain and you were the cause of it, I am going to take this time out and say, you know what, let's clear up the board, let's get back on track. And I've been trying to show her appreciation all throughout.
Don't try.
And do whatever's necessary.
Don't try. You have to be. Listen what I'm about to tell you now. You have to.
Yes, brother.
You have to be appreciation. And the only way to become the living embodiment of appreciation, you got to first appreciate yourself. Even the ugly parts of yourself, man, you got to learn how to do that. You have to be appreciation. See, we caught up in what we do. You're not a human doing. You're a human being. You got to be love. You got to be respect. You got to be consideration. And because you're a human, you're inherently flawed, so you're going to fail. But when you get back up, don't try to be respect. Don't try to do respect. Be respect. Do you get what I'm saying? Become the embodiment of it, brother. Man, I appreciate you, man. Call my sister.
I appreciate your time, though. I really do, man.
All right, now. I'll holler back. True Monger, Dallas, Texas. Get in here. And then Nikki from the SIP. What up, True?
Man. Trying to take in all that we just heard. That was some deep stuff, man.
That was heavy, right? Yeah.
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 But I can understand how you feel the way he feels, but he's gonna have to do the self work and be what he wants to be instead of trying.
Yeah.
But oh man.
True, like, oh Lord, have mercy. Come on, True, give it to me, because we getting close. True, come on.
Yeah, I see. People gotta realize, like we always say, we're humans beings. We're gonna go through things, and at times when your priority may falter into a priority because you may be going through some things.
Right.
And you may still be struggling to process that stuff, and your partner might not understand.
Right.
And they may think it's about them, when it could be something completely different.
Right.
And that's when the communication needs to kick in. And the honesty needs to kick in. You're like, look, I'm dealing with some stuff. I really can't explain it right now, but I need you to stick with me.
Right.
As best as you can. And if you feel you can't, and we're like, hey, we'll deal with that when the time comes. But if you're not making yourself a priority and you're being a priority to everybody else, your cup is gonna run dry.
Right.
At some point, either somebody needs to pour it in if you're not doing it yourself, or you have to pump your brakes and refill your cup.
Right.
Because if you're not making yourself a priority, you can't really benefit anybody else. You're just gonna run yourself into the ground. And sometimes your partner may take that for granted because they may think that's what you're supposed to do, feed into them and everybody else, and they're not really putting back into you. I'm like, you, as much as you want to do, you're going to do so much.
Right.
You're going to have to recharge at some point.
100% agree. True Monger, my brother, what did you just do?
Brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. You already know what it is. When we come forward, we going down to Mississippi for some home cooking. I already know. I done left the eye on the stove on. I got a pot simmering. When we come forward, trust me, Nikki from the SIP got a lot to talk about.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Meet LA's most affordable health plan. This open enrollment season, LA Care Covered is proud to offer the lowest cost health plans in Los Angeles County, featuring zero-cost preventive services to help you achieve your wellness goals. Be part of the region's largest HMO network, featuring UCLA Health, Optum, and allied physicians without breaking the bank. We are here to help. Call us at 855-222-4239 for enrollment assistance. That's 855-222-4239. LA Care Covered. Your wellness, our mission.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Every day I wake up, drink from a new cup, full of your grace, full of your grace. I'ma need a re-up, gotta get a re-up, every day, cause I'm lost right now, I'm so lost right now, all these thoughts right now, I'm so lost right now, I'm so lost right now, fill me up, you don't see the old me.
The voice of reason.
I mean, it's a new us. Even when I mess up,
back in the building, man.
I just wanna reach out.
Heavy topic tonight. Have you become a priority instead of being a priority? What is a priority? I'm gonna try to do it. From I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy conversation. One of my favorite callers is on the line right now. I am very interested in getting her wisdom. I see her as a wise, sage soul, and I can't wait to get her in here. Nikki from the SIP, talk to us from Mississippi.
Brother Zoe,
Yes.
What's going on, fam?
I'm in here trying to stay alive. Talk to me. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What I'm hearing is food for thought. Condition versus position. I think we've all done or do the option for priority with all of our relationships just based upon the act of living. It forces us to put people in positions based on what's going on. Because especially when we're young, because we're learning how to prioritize what to give ourselves to. In our intimate relationships, we can think of like a tuning fork for a minute. We can resonate a signal, a sound, a vibration to our partner that says you are not in the first position because I may be pursuing something, new job, greater money, learning, whatever the thing is we're pursuing. And for that period of time, short or long, you may not be in the first position. And we can still be okay. Scripture says, how can two walk together lest they agree? Okay, so we have to be putting out that signal with that tuning fork so the partner understands that you may be out of first position momentarily or for XY period of time. But if you hurt me, my feelings, or if you make me angry, and I'm speaking for myself, you have now gone to the first position. Everything else becomes after that, because now all of my focus is in your direction to determine what conditions are you under that is causing you to say hateful, hurtful, harmful things, so that I will change my position about what my feelings are relative to you.
Keep going. So, come on now. I waited this long. Come on.
So it's not so much, from my perspective, inherently, especially once you've gotten to you hurt my feelings or you've made me angry. The nature of me is not to carry. I don't understand the concept of slight collection because I'm not built for that. There's not any room. It takes too much energy and time to carry that sort of thing. So that part is foreign to me. But I think that's why if you hurt me or you make me angry, I have a very long rope by nature. So to even have made me mad means I need to focus on whatever that is. And in my intimate relationship, you're supposed to know me well enough to know, right? So that's a signal to me that something's happened in that tuning fork. It's tipped in a direction away from me. And so now I need to focus on that vibration so I can help root that out so we can get back into walking together. I can accept not being first sometime. I can accept not being first for some time. That's not difficult. It doesn't mean that you're cheating or it can, but generally in my relationship, it doesn't mean that. If it does mean that, then you need to address that.
Right.
But anytime I am seeing a behavior, because that to me means something's happening in your conditions that is bringing this to my front door, and that is supposed to make me move my position about you. The love I have for you doesn't allow me to change my position. Once I love you, I love you. Believe me, if I could go back, it would be easier. But I didn't get that gene.
Let me just
say.
When
that, yes.
Finish that thought. Just finish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So when that happens, then for me, it means I need to root out what has changed in your condition. because now you changed the tuning fork.
Wait.
Whatever the
Hold
condition is.
on. This is getting deep. When you root out what changed in your significant other's condition, are you what do you do when you discover what it is? Are you trying to help them heal from it? Like, once you discover what it is, what do you do then?
Okay, we identify what the it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to understand, what does it represent to you?
Ooh.
Money, job, environment, female,
self-esteem, whatever, ego, right?
Deity, however that goes. Okay, because once first we identify, then we understand what it means to you. Mm-hmm. Because once we get to the what it means to you, now I can say to you, see, now you have explained this to me. Now let me show you what that looks like over here.
Ooh. Nikki, stop it. Nikki, I don't know whose spirit guide you are, but you mine now.
I mean, do you understand that this is how that's resonating with the tuning fork?
Yes.
And so whoever your partner is, however you all get down, if it's music, if it's the playlist,
mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to stay in the place of, Crown Royal on ice.
Yes.
So whenever the song is changing, because your conditions are changing, particularly if you're talking about hurting me or making me angry, oh no, I have to stop all the records. Nope, you went to the first position. You have all my attention. What is that?
Nikki, I hate to stop you. My God, Nikki, my goodness. Nikki, Monday, please call in early so I could give you the time I gave Jay.
Working.
Lord have mercy. Nikki, I love you to death. Thank you for calling in again. You enrich my soul every time I hear you. And guess what you did tonight?
Brought the sip on in.
The sip came in with Nikki. Now let me rush this caller now. Drell, you got to make it quick. Drell from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
I'm alive and well.
I'm from Pasadena too, born and raised.
Dina,
I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, actually, Altadena and Loma Alta.
I know what it is. It's all Dina.
All right. So my take on this, I'm a single person, and Wait, say that word again.
Drell. Drell.
Yes.
We got like 30 seconds. You can't tell a story in 30 seconds, child. It's priority. That's the word.
Well, you know what?
Do me a favor, though. Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you call me on Monday so I can give you the time my fellow Dina-in-law needs? Please, call me on Monday.
I would love to. I've been listening to you for 3 months, and I'm just happy to say hi.
I so appreciate you. Thank you. You brought Charlotte, North Carolina in the building. I look forward to hearing from Drell on Monday. We're going to have another slapper. Listen, we start the conversations. You finish them. We don't proclaim to be right about any of it. We just want to have the conversations that a lot of people don't want to have. But this fire will not go out as I leave the building. It's going to keep burning. You know why? RSVP with Jill Monroe is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is leaving the building.
I'm trying for whatever it's worth. Just remember who played who first. I can't keep my eyes off you. I can tell why them other guys lost you. The kind's red and the flying salsa, and that's why I can offer similarities in our characters. Haven't you heard the word round town? How I get down? They gon' whistle.